Hello and welcome back to building Milhouse's house. So we're going to put on our garage, which we're going to count back 3 blocks and then place a block on the 4th. And we're going to place 2 in a row. I'm just going to build them up all the way up to 5 high, 6 high. So we're going to leave a gap of 7, and then we're going to place another 2 blocks. So now we know we can literally run back down towards the wall, leaving another space of 3 blocks on the other end. I'm just using my orange wool to start the look of a garage door. And I've gone up, I think, 5 blocks high. Now I may extend it, purely because I just want it to fit to the size of the house. As you can see, we're in my old sort of have a practice go land. So now we're going to build all the way down, and from the other end of the house we're just going to miss 3 blocks, and on the 4th place a block and drag it back. And we can go ahead and keep building this up. I think there's about 6 or 7 levels. So we just put in our 6th layer, and we're going to put in a 7th, just so we can run some steps off. So we're going to do 1 more layer around the edge. And then we're going to grab our stairs, doing it backwards the same as we've done for the rest of the house. Just going to drag it out 1 extra block, and then we're going to go over to a slab, place 1, pull it out, drag it all the way back, and then coming onto the 2nd block we're going to do it from the top half, and so on, remembering to fill in them gaps. And we're going to go back to the other side, do our stairs across the front, and then do our half a slab and then the next half a slab, so at the same time we can start dragging our wall back as well. Now jumping over to our wall, we're just going to fill the gap same as we would do with the actual main house itself. So leaving a gap of 2, running it across, making sure we leave another gap of 2, ready for our slabs to go on. My god, that really just didn't work out for me there. So we're just going to repeat the process all the way up the roof. So while I've got time, someone said about the windows being so big, and they are big. We can close them off. I'll show you, because we are using my creator world, sort of practice run world. We jump over to where I built the original build, and chucked on some frames. The reason they actually had to be so big was because of the bay itself and the garage, and everything's a single floor. So obviously with the Simpsons build, you build up 6 high, you're on your 2nd floor. With this one, you sort of had to make for the rest of the house that isn't there. So I ended up building up the windows because of the pictures I found were showing them dragged all the way down to the bottom. You can use frames, but on a build like this you want to use the frames on the outside of the build, because it won't fit the door otherwise, or purely because it starts taking up a lot of space. So anyway, I'll give you a flick over through, just to show you what I done. But personally, I don't like frames on the house. I just went with the best picture and just built the windows in the size that they are because of the size of the build. Now jumping down on the front of our garage door, we're just going to try chuck a tripping wire hook just to create the door hook. And now we're going to jump up, not punching out that one. We're going to move in, and the center 3, we're going to just punch in a row of 3 for the center 3. And we're just going to run this across the wall, pull it back. Pretty much just repeating the process all the way up until we come 1 block above the middle one on the roof itself. So carry on, we just knock these out, then we're going to drag it across, go 1 more up, and on this level we're actually drag it out 1 as well, so it's not too high, just nicely sat out above. And there is our chimney. So we're going to start digging in our drive, and really you can just go in on the inside of the doors of the garage and then start digging straight in. And obviously you just dig it out to as far as your drive is itself, to where your road is. I would say you want at least a good space of 10 from the front of the house to the road. So bearing that in mind, you may want it longer, may want it shorter, but obviously you want the pathing as well. I'm finishing off the build on this part because when I done the run through on the video at first, I weren't too sure I liked the look on the house. Tried a few other options, thought myself, you know, I can't get it to look no different. The only way I'm going to get it to look different is to do a different build. And personally, this is the best I can do with Milhouse's house. It has good awkward windows. Could do a couple of things with the windows. Not too sure about what to do with the inside. The only photos I've seen is literally, I thought they lived in just an apartment. Basically, Milhouse's father's always on the sofa and mother's always at work. So I went with the latest picture. Some show the front windows as very small, the same as the side ones, but the most modern ones show very big windows right down to the bottom of the bay, right up to the top of the frame of the door. So I'm just going to put in 1 step on a half slab on the front of the door frame, and I'm going to carry it on across the inside, and then once on the outline, and then coming down to the normal level on the outside. And then we're just going to take out the middle, the two side ones, and leave the middle of the three inside, so we can start putting in our path. And we're just going to turn it around towards the drive. And whenever you put one corner piece in on the inside, you should do two corner pieces on the outside, or extend it for an extra one. Yeah, you'll see what I mean now. So I've just done one and I need to extend it another. So I'm just going to lay some oak leaves just to try and create the sort of look of a tree, or a small tree. And I'm just going to place one on top of two hanging out the middle. And I just place a couple of random ones. And then I'm just going to go over to my tall grass and just line the windows. Because the actual house would have, like, if you were playing Minecraft, you'd use your hoe and you'd start farming on the land, and that's how they've got theirs dug out. I don't know if you could do that and then put plants in and it would stay that way. So we're just going to make ourselves a quick tree, no specific tree as such. I just used the normal oak. I'm just really trying to build it up so it looks decent enough, sat in the front drive. I put it about 2 away from the front path and 2 away from the drive. Use that sort of spacing. And the whole idea is just to thicken out as you go up the levels, and then slowly start pulling it back in. Don't have to be as precise as you want. Sometimes the best tree is the ones that you just place down, scatter leaves. And now just to make the stone in the middle, I'm just going to come across we're somewhere level with the 2 windows. We're just going to place 2 and then a line of 4 sorry, and you can do this for 2 rows, but on this I'm just going to do 2 and 4, and it's just to really stick out the side. Put grass in front of all the edges, and I put an extra 2 on the middle. God, I'm bad with my